All right, today I'm going to be installing the engine block-off plates. And I've already gotten this thing pre-torn down, so it should come in a kit with 5 pieces here. 2 plates, these metal pieces here that can go under the plates, and this for the airbox itself. So I'll be showing you how to install this. If you haven't gotten to this point in the motorcycle, I'll put a link in the YouTube page in the description for the IET and flapper kit. So that'll get you down to where the airbox is gone and this part of the bike is exposed. And I'll walk you through this step by step. All right, so step number 1 here is with the airbox out of the bike, or it doesn't have to be out of the bike, but I have it out of the bike. So you're gonna take a T20, and the T20, of course, we're going back to the Torx, which is that star looking tool. So T20 is the size, and we'll just be removing this from here, and I'm gonna need 2 hands to do it. So I'll pull this out real quick. Okay, now that the screws are out, this will come right out like that. Put that to the side. And then we can use the block-off plate for the airbox, and we can orient it any way we want. So I'm just gonna put it this way, clasp it down in there, and then we're gonna put the screws in to fasten it down. Okay, and this is the final product right here. You can see it's nice and firm in there, nice and snug, and we'll move on to the next step, which is actually on the engine now. All right, so the first step in the engine bay here is you're going to get rid of these zip ties. So I'm gonna get my pair of dikes in there and cut. Now you want to be careful while you're cutting these things, of course, because you don't want to cut the wrong thing. Just make sure you're cutting the zip tie, and that's it. And there's one there and one here. After you get the zip ties out of there, this will be nice and loose and disconnected from this line, which we'll be removing with the system. Now we're going to want to remove these connectors here. Now I've already done most of the work here. These connectors kind of push out. You got to kind of get something to push this gray part out, then push it down really good, and then you can pull them out like that, one on each side. So once you get those ones out, go on to the next step. And the next step is going to be you have to push these 2 tabs together. Let's focus on here. These 2 little like loose tabs on this black thing. Push them together, and then you be able to kind of work this thing out. So like that on that one, and on the other side. Make sure to remove this whole deal. And then you're just dealing with the plate here and the plate here, which is what we have to remove. Okay, the next step here is you're going to get your T30, that's the star looking thing again, Torx, and you're going to go for all 3 of these and just kind of getting them loose. Let me just kind of get where I can fish here. There we go. There we go, they come loose really quick. Just get them loose, all 3 on each side. We'll go to the next step. Okay, I've gotten this nice and loose. I've already kind of partially pulled it out so I can show you guys exactly what. So this pulls out like this. There's a piece in the back here that kind of goes back into the fire, or not the firewall, but just this plastic piece here. Just pull it out from there, it pulls right out. And once you get that out of the way, now you're looking at this piece, and this piece pulls out. Let me try to get out of here real quick. There we go. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer this rubber gasket to the metal piece provided in the kit. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Okay, just to give you guys some reference here, it rolls off the sides pretty easily. I'm just doing it with one hand. So it rolls off here. And then let me show you what it looks like put onto this piece right here. Okay, and now I have the piece done here. I just rolled it back on there, and you want to put it back in kind of the same way it was. So we're going to put it in this way. Just like that. You want to make sure that this is all kind of sitting nice and flush, and then the plate's going to go on top of that. And the reason why I put this on here, and there's a rubber around that, and there's also a rubber around the airbox piece, like a little ring. You want to make sure that these don't leak, because this will be a vacuum leak if the air gets through here. And if it's a vacuum leak, you'll have problems idling, problems with a few things. So just make sure that this is nice and flush, you're not pinching anything, and it looks really nice when you put it back together. So let me get the plate and put that on. Okay, and this is what it looks like, the final product. Engine plate kit right there. This is stock, of course, and you want to put the other plate on this side. So you got one there. This side will have the plate as well, and then you'll have the airbox plate, and that's it. The other piece here, you're going to discard. You're not going to need this anymore. And then you can go ahead and put everything back together.